What's up, guys? Sean here, coming at y'all with a quick little video. Going to be talking more Summer League stuff tonight. The Rockets beat the 76ers 90-64. Really ugly game. I wish I could lie to you guys and say I watched the whole thing. I couldn't make it through it. It got so ugly so fast, but come back, watch the highlights, watch LaBaron Philon. As usual, he's an absolute stud. Now you're going to see why he deserves to be in the league and why some of these other guys, they might catch lightning in a bottle once in a while, but they're not really NBA guys. But before we get into all that, if you're new here, please like, please subscribe. I appreciate all your continued support. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content we're posting here. And be sure to comment and let me know who was your favorite player on the floor tonight. Probably LeBaron Philon, because there wasn't really much else to talk about. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's get right into it. First, we're going to look at LeBaron Philon Jr.'s highlights. 17 points, 7 for 11, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. A really solid night from the rookie when it seemed like nobody on the team could buy a bucket. Maddox was playing pretty good ball, but his shot just wasn't falling. Janai Broom got absolutely manhandled. This is what I was worried about, and we had talked about in other videos a little bit. I just don't think that he's actually ready to play power forward or center in the NBA. He's too small to be a center. He doesn't shoot threes good enough or defend the perimeter good enough to be a power forward. He's forever going to be stuck in that in-between phase, and he can play as good as he wants in the G League, but the problem is you get bigger when you get in the NFL. You get stronger, you get faster, and he's just not that guy. It's nothing against him. He has a great G League game. He's a lot of fun to watch in most games, but this game was a prime example of when you play a team with size, a team that isn't easily bullied, you're going to get manhandled in the paint, and that's pretty much what happened. Isaac Johnson had a pretty good game the other night. Again, didn't really do much tonight. I am seeing a little bit better movement out of him, defending a little better than I thought he could. At least gets his hands up, it tries to close out. So far he's done pretty good for himself. He wasn't really expected to do anything, but I think he's absolutely earned a two-way spot at this point. His shot will start to fall more as he gets more and more comfortable against NBA players, and maybe in his second year, he can actually turn into a little bit of a backup type guy, stretch big, because he definitely has a pretty clean shot for a big man. With all that being said, we'll get right into things. His mid-range is so clean. So clean. Um, I said something after the first game about Philon's mid-range game, and he has just come out in every game since then and just shown me something. So I absolutely love that from him, that there's no fear in the mid-range. He's willing to shoot from all three levels, and it's definitely working out in his favor, especially against a physical team like the Rockets. Played really good defense, and the 76ers didn't have a lot of options outside of Philon. Nice floater. Nice floater. And a foul. No call, but nice floater. No fear with the threes either. Every three he shot with confidence, and you love to see that out of a young guy. I mean, he's got great bursts around the corner. He has amazing court vision. He just sees the floor so well. You can see as he's running the corner, he's not running full speed. He's taking his time with things. He definitely has another gear he can get into, but he's already got a patience that we just started to see over the last year or two from Maxey, where you don't have to go full speed all the time. Put them on your back hip. Put the defender on your back hip when you come around that screen. Try to get them on your side. If they overplay, hit the right. If they underplay, hit the left. Watch your teammates. If someone drops open, the double comes in. You have an easy outlet pass. And Philon already has that part of his game locked down so tight. I think it's something that hasn't been talked about enough through the summer league. How good his basketball IQ is. That's going to make such a huge difference early on with him. And I can't wait to see that develop over time. On cue. Right there, as I was just saying. As soon as they bring in another guy because he's getting to the basket too easy, someone's going to be open. Easy pass, easy points, every time. Just such good awareness from Philon. I mean, he seems in control no matter what's happening. They're bringing all these different looks at him, defenders from every direction. They're rolling the defense, trying everything they can to stop him, and he's still finding soft spots, still shooting efficiently, and making good decisions with the ball. One turnover tonight to 4 assists, 17 points. If you watch this game, that's an unbelievable stat line for a Summer League game, especially from a Sixers team that once the third and fourth quarter hit, they quit. I mean, less than 50 points through, 3 quarters with 8 minutes left. That tells you all you need to know about the help he had tonight. So, unbelievable game from Philon. I don't expect to see that in the NBA, but he's got a block game too. That's impressive. All right, he's getting to the paint too easy. So let's start guarding inside. Let's make him kind of step back to take his shots further from the rim, less likely to make the shot. Turnaround jumper, hit nothing but net. It just, you don't find guys out of college like this all the time. And it makes you wonder, how did he fall to the 76ers where they did? Because I've watched so much Summer League basketball to this point, and there have been some big surprises. Some of the top guys look like top guys for the reason, but 10 to 25 is always such a weird range. You just never know what you're going to get. Some teams are drafting for speed, athleticism. Some teams are just drafting on potential. Some guys are just trying to bring in size. And then there's a guy like Philon that looks like a certified point guard ready to go right now, and teams were like, no, I'm not interested. So it's just wild to me. So all in all, guys, not a lot to look at outside of Philon. They're not even really posting highlights of anybody else because nobody else really did much worth watching. The Rockets had a hell of a game. They came out ready to play defense. They shot poorly too, but they identified it pretty early, started attacking the paint. And again, the Sixers just don't have a big in the Summer League that can really stop teams from doing that. So it's a big weakness on the Summer League team. They're not going to be perfect. We're really just here to see Philon and if there's any other gems that we could sneak onto the team this year. And so far, it really looks like it's going to be Philon. A little bit from Isaac Johnson, a little bit from Maddox. Obviously, I know Janai Broom had 2 good games, but you watch the games, there was nobody with size against him. This game with the Rockets, you saw them bring in a lot of intensity, a lot of different defensive schemes, and Janai Broom just didn't have an answer for it, and that's going to be his problem at the next level. So exciting to watch this. Philon's a bucket, 6th man of the year this year. I really think there's a world where you can see Philon and Maxey on the floor together a good bit this year, because with Maxey's speed and shooting ability, Philon doing what he does right now and being able to kick out to a Tyrese Maxey is just, it's going to be too easy. And Philon has already shown that he has the basketball IQ to make it happen right now. So it'll be really interesting to see how Nick Nurse uses him this year. I hope he's not just a 6-man, just a bench piece. I really want to see him get some run with the starters. I know VJ can't come off the floor too much, as I wouldn't want him to anyway, but you definitely want to take a chance with a guy that has some facilitator to him, because it can unlock a lot of different things with this offense you don't get otherwise. Exciting to watch. Love Philon already. Absolutely a huge fan of his game. And I can't wait to see what's next for him, because he's really shown something different in every single game. Tonight, are you going to stay competitive in a loss? Yes. And then every other game, he's just brought something different to the table, and it's just been amazing to watch. So that's it for me, guys. I appreciate all of you so much. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for tuning in again. I know this is a late one, but we've been Summer League freaks, so we're just going to keep it going. Hopefully you guys tune into this one like you have in the last 2. The numbers have been great. The comments have been great. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.